Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off Grid Ways. Tonight, I'm inside and I'm shooting a late video because, well, you'll understand in a little while here. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about solar lights. Now, this is something that I received from a sponsor who wanted me to do a review video on this, and I said I would. And to tell you the truth, when I got this thing, I was impressed, very impressed, and I think you will be too. Now, this isn't only for people that live off the grid or anything like that. You can also use these if you live on the grid. These are great, and we're looking at the box right now, and I wanted to show you what the box looked like that it came in. And we're going to get right to it. I got my bottle of water up here holding this down. Now, I did open this already, and I removed one of the lights out of here. Now, this comes as a 2-light set, and the 2-light set is really, really nice. So, let's open this up. And it comes with this little tag in here that tells you what's in the box, and a little airbag here to keep it from bouncing around. And then this inside box right here, and there it is. Solar motion sensor light. And before you say, I've seen those before, you haven't seen anything like this. This is really something special. I like it. Now, stick with me a little while, and I'm going to make you a great offer on these things. But they come 2 in a box, and like I said, I've already opened this, and I've removed one out of this unit, out of the box, because I read the instructions, and this is the instructions that comes with it. Not much of an instruction set, but it's very complete. Tells you everything you want to know. So here's the other one, and they come with little remote controls. Now that's cool. So you don't have to climb up to do your adjustments and change the modes and that stuff. It also comes with the screws and the anchors if you're going to set it in a hollow wall. But these things are really cool. So let me get this one out of here and give you a little information on it. All right. So excuse me, I'm working one-handed here. I'm going to show you some pretty interesting stuff about these things. So stick with me. Don't go anywhere. All right. So this is the way it comes, packed up like this. There's the solar panel. And it has 3 lights on this thing. And these things will swivel, as you can see. You can swivel them around in all different directions. Now I'm going to be mounting this one outside the cabin pretty soon. Probably, if the weather permits, I'll do it tomorrow. And this is going to be my new front porch light, because they are really handy. Now the little solar panel that comes on it right there, one of the things that I learned about the solar panel is that the solar panel, unlike the predecessors of solar lighting, this one is more powerful. It charges more quickly, and it also charges in subdued light. It'll charge even on a cloudy day or a snowy day. So, yes, that's a good thing, right? So, some of the facts on this thing. It is waterproof. It is heat, weather, and frost resistant. So if you live in cold climate, no problem. And this is IP65 waterproof. So that means that it can be outdoors in all of the heavy rain and that stuff, and it won't hurt. Okay, now this also has a 32-foot distance of sensing. So the little sensor on this thing, which is right there, that senses motion, 32 feet away, it'll turn the light on. It's got a 120 degree angle of recognition for movement. So that's pretty good. We know that 360 degrees is the a full circle, so 120 would be 1/3 of a circle. So that's pretty good. If you put it like on the fascia of your garage, out in front of your garage door, this thing is going to pick up motion all the way down to the street without a problem. So that's where the remote control comes in handy, and I'll be showing you that in a minute. I've got a little list here that I'm reading off of. It comes with that remote for each light. Each individual light has its own remote. Okay. It's got a 2,000 milliamp hour battery. And that's a pretty strong little battery for this little thing. And it's lithium ion. It's got 3 adjustable heads, as I showed you. And the other thing is, if you notice, the cups on these things, the LEDs are set back inside. Most of them have the LEDs right up front, up against the glass. By setting back like that and having them down deeper in the cup, it's going to make the light brighter. Okay? So, with all of that being said, here's something neat. You can use these things indoors or outdoors. And let's see, I got my little remote control right here. I don't think there's any charge in this one. No charge in this one, unless I'm using the wrong remote. Anyway, in the remote, it uses a 2025, I think it is. Yeah, the CR 2025 button battery goes in this little pull-out drawer right here at the bottom. Okay, so it's a nice little lightweight unit, and it's got 3 modes on here. And it's got an on-off button on here. So you don't have to go outside to turn this thing on and off. And you can use a mode on here. The first mode here, number 1, is if it senses motion, it goes on super bright, the high brightness, okay? If you put it on number 2, it will stay on low brightness all the time, but when there's motion, it'll jump up to high brightness. Okay, now on mode number 3, it goes on low brightness and it stays on, and it'll stay on for 4 hours. Now, 4 hours is a long time. So if you were going to sit outside for a while and talk with some friends and that stuff, you can put it on for 4 hours, and then what it does is it reverts back to mode number 1 automatically at that point. So it would take motion to do it. But if you have your remote with you, all you have to do is hit number 3 again, and it will go back into that mode for another 4 hours. Now that's pretty cool mode thing. So here's something neat. This is what I like about it. Like I said, I took one of these out of the box already, and it says that you should charge it in the off position and charge it for 2 days or so to make sure you get a full charge in the battery prior to using it. So I did that. And how did I do that? Well, I set it up there in the window. Okay, now I have the cabin light on now because it's after sunset and it's pretty dark outside. So with the light on here, the light up there will not operate, and that's probably why this one didn't turn on, is because there's too much light in the room. So what I'm going to do is get up here and shut off this overhead, and now it's dark. It is really dark, right? Okay, so I'm going to hit the on button. Whoa, that's bright. And now I'm going to go to number 3, which stays on the low lighting setting. This is low lighting. So why am I got that in my window? Well, it charges the solar panel through the day because it's in the window. And now I can use that to light this room up at nighttime instead of using my solar battery power in my cabin, because I live off grid, right? So instead of using my electricity, I'm using this one. And for the next 4 hours, which will be about the time that I'll be going to bed anyway, I've got free lighting. So that's what I like about this, okay? Now, I can leave it on that number 3 setting, and it's going to stay bright like that. And if it's too bright, I can move those 2 outer lights off to the sides, one side or the other, and I don't have to have that much brightness in this room. So isn't that cool? So now let's see, if I turn this light back on, that one is staying on, so it must be dark enough for it. But I have an off button here, and I can shut it off. I don't have to go over there to shut it off. Isn't that pretty cool? I think so. I really like these things. So, I will be leaving a link to this, not only in the video, right about here in the video, somewhere up high up here somewhere. I'll leave a link to it, and I'll also leave a link to it in the description, along with some other information that might interest you. And these are not very expensive, so they are definitely a go-to item. I recommend anybody who's living off-grid or planning to move off-grid, and you might want to get a pack of these, 2 of them, 2 sets of these lights. You can use one indoors like I'm going to, and use the other one outdoors. And those of you who just put up your new cabins, hey, you got yourself a porch light in the front and a porch light in the back if you want. But you don't have to have them both outside. Like I said, you can bring one indoors and just charge it in the daytime right in a window, and then use it for lighting inside the cabin at night. You don't have to run any wiring or anything like that. I just happen to have a little shelf at my window there, so I just set it on the shelf and it works perfect. So what do you think about that, everybody? Leave me comments below and let me know. And I hope that some of you decide that you might want to get a couple of these. Now, these have fixed a lot of the old problems. They're supposed to last longer, be more durable, and all of that kind of stuff. So, pretty good little deal. Thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. This is G Bear, signing off.